Good evening, good morning, whatever time it is. I started to record this and then I stopped it because I was just mumbling and going all over the place. Let me say it up. When my first thought a few minutes ago, and I thought about doing this video, was including it in my new Talk of the Devil series. That series is like gonna be my outlet for like if something really pisses me off to a great extent or really gets me upset, that I feel I've used that form to vent about it or rant. I had a couple, I want to say 80-90% of the response to that has been positive. There's one exception, one person say he didn't particularly care for it, but I'm not gonna worry about him, you know. It's just one person's opinion. But now at the age I am, I'm 64 years old. As I really try to really be nice and friendly and sweet and calm and even tempered and all that kind of stuff. Inside of me is, I still have rage that I deal with and stuff that pisses me off that I don't like, and may make me mad, may make me sad. And I just try to just be positive and just not try to talk about it and just try to get myself in environment where I can forget about those things or those things don't affect me, you know. But anyway, this particular vlog today, I'm sitting in my hotel room here in Cebu, and about 1 week ago, one of my vloggers who I consider to be one of my top Filipino vloggers, my favorite, Sharon Lapu-Lapu. You'll see her picture right here and looking nice with the white and pink hat, and then here in the dark royal blue bathing suit. She put out a video called "The Philippines and the Filipina Euphoria." And it wasn't a very long video. I don't even think it was seven. I'm looking at it on another screen. It wasn't even 7 minutes. But I follow Sharon pretty much because has been one of my favorites, notwithstanding what our personal relationship is or is not. I took particular interest in this video as I watched it, and I was one of the first people to actually comment on it. And I just looked at her comment sections on that video a few minutes ago, and I'm noticing that she didn't get a lot of YouTube comments about this particular video. I don't think she had 10 people respond to this video, which, it seemed like to me she should have gotten more activity from that. But what struck me was the first two men, which I think I was one of them, and another guy. We basically said that, wait a minute, while I'm trying to be Mr. Fancy here, why don't I just call the video up? I can tell you exactly what we said. So we ain't gotta go through that. Where's this video at? Oh, I'm taking my time. But anyway, the first two comments that she got basically was in full agreement, in full agreement of what Sharon was saying. what she said about the Philippines and the Filipino euphoria. And let me tell you exactly. Here's the comments right here. And these were the first two comments. Either I was first or second. Bear with me here, you all that care about Geet Your Line Journey. This is a biggie. First, I look at the word euphoria. Euphoria is a word that I actually used in a song that's on my latest album called Alone Together. There's a song on there called Dreaming. And there's a line in that song that says, I'm living in euphoria and my baby's the cause. I'm living in euphoria and my baby's the cause. Now, I actually wrote those words when I was a teenager. I think I was 16 years old when I wrote the lyrics to that particular song. But it just struck me that she used that word euphoria. And she went on to, went in the dictionary or whatever and got the definition. Euphoria is a feeling or state of intense excitement and happiness. And she's specifically here talking about the Philippines euphoria. So let me get into that. The Philippines euphoria is a feeling or state of intense excitement and happiness that foreigners feel or have when visiting the Philippines or being with a beautiful Filipina. I would add to that euphoria can happen even just thinking about the Philippines or imagining about being in the Philippines or experiencing the things that we may have in our mind or in our imagination. That imagination or fantasy being fueled by us being exposed to all these YouTube videos, YouTube vlogs about the Philippines and about the Filipina especially. And I would say 80, 90% of the audience is men. And the great majority of those are single men or divorced men, hungry men, if you will. I'll go ahead and put it like that. And she went on, and I was like, and let me just read this comment that I made. My interactions with Filipinas here are making me lose whatever euphoria I may have had. I'm certainly not putting hopes in Filipino vloggers and dating sites. I'm realistic. I still want what I want. You sound like you read my mind before doing this vlog. You like talking about me. This was my exact quoted comments. You can see it for yourself that I made on this particular vlog of hers. And I almost felt like she was reading like my mind, like she had consulted me before doing this video. And I can honestly say whatever euphoria I had is gone as far as the Philippines is concerned for me. Now that I've been here almost 3 months exactly. And she went through several, I guess, things that you can look for that can let you know that this person may fall victim or be susceptible to getting this euphoria. One of them, the first one, she said, men a man may be a regular follower of several YouTube shows hosted by Filipino vloggers. Well, I stand guilty. You see the women on the background here, you're looking at the collage behind me, which is, of course, Sharon Lapu Lapu herself, Real Beauty, Rowena, who's known as Wayne, Junibel, Filipina Elated, and then right in the center there's Rika, Filipina Petite. And then the big kahuna to the left of me, the one that I've caught the most flack about, that's Filipina P, at least it's supposed to be. Shout out to a fellow YouTube vlogger named George Mendoza, who, created that using an AI program or something. And he just sent that to me one day out of the blue. It wasn't solicited. It was just something he just thought about. And I guess he thought I should have. The woman on the right, not really obsessed with her. She's actually the most legitimate Filipina that I actually have a relationship with. Her name is Labi Anko. She's a YouTube vlogger herself and she has a channel. I think she has about 150,000 subscribers. She basically models clothes and she does vlogs. A few years ago, I asked her to be, if I could use some of her images for my company. She said yes. She's been my official model for Geechee Line Music for 3 years. So I actually have a relationship with her. Okay. But get back to this euphoria thing. It really applies to Filipina P and these other 5 vloggers to a certain extent. And I've been following their channels probably for the past 3 years. Like I said, Filipina P especially. And then later on, I started following the other ones. And then there's some other vloggers who I follow. I don't necessarily have to name them, but a lot of these vloggers are associates of each other. So I'm pretty sure, my name is in their circles enough over the past recent months and years. Now, number 2, she said, joining a Filipino dating site. Well, no, I did not. Now, I will say I have joined the dating site since I've been here in the Philippines. But she said a Filipino dating site. No, I thought about doing it, but I didn't. I think I might have recently done it, but I didn't become a paid member. But I could see where some people would want to do that. She says that middle-aged, divorced, which is me. I'm middle-aged or older, which I am. I'm 64 years old. I'm divorced. I've been divorced 6 years. And basically the situation with me and a lot of men is women don't want us and we don't want them. The ones that are somewhat that I guess we could get that will be available to us, we don't want them. They don't turn us on. We don't turn them on. So yeah, that's the way that is. And that's absolutely true. For the last year or so or more, when I made up my mind I was coming to the Philippines, I had no interest in women, even talking to no women in America. And I'm sure it's that way for other hundreds of thousands probably of men who follow these Filipino vloggers. They have no interest in American or Western women. They're fixated, yes, maybe delusional, fantasizing, imagining, dreaming, and having a euphoria about when they think about the Filipina and what they are and could be for them, Like I said, as far as I'm concerned, I've been here 3 months now. Like I said, whatever euphoria I may have had is gone. Famously, probably I've been been the butt of jokes. and criticism and people calling me weirdo and stalker and all this kind of shit. And this is another thing she said, one of her points is in the West, if you try to talk to a woman that's obviously younger than you, you're considered a pervert. I go so far as to say a child molester. Time in life has passed you by, all that kind of good shit, which is really almost, like I said, that's talk of the devil, almost kind of language. Yeah, but that actually happened to me. I was called a pervert. I've been called a pervert, weirdo. Uh, I've had somebody tell me I remind them of a child molester. Yes, all that has happened. So I don't know what she's reading my mind or what, but she like hit this right on the money as far as I'm concerned. Now she also mentioned something about being an adventurer, explorer. I am somewhat. At least since I've been divorced, I've been determined to go explore, especially internationally. I went several trips to Mexico, other travel, and then of course this is the big one here. I've come to the Philippines, so that's the ultimate exploring. I had a bucket list. My trips to Mexico were like bucket list trips. So a lot of what she said was right on the money, as far as I'm concerned. But just suffice to say, if you go listen and watch that video, which I endorse, go ahead and watch it. She is right on the money, I feel, as far as the actual mindset of men, most men that follow the Filipino and the Philippines genre. And I saw one comment that somebody said that she is brutally honest. And when I saw this video, I said, wow, Sharon ain't holding. Sharon is not bullshit. Look, Sharon is not bullshit. Maybe it's because, of her age bracket. I mean, she's in her 40s. And I just tell you honestly, when you get to be in your 40s and up, you really don't have time for no bullshit. Let's just be real. And I see a lot of stuff, several things that I've seen Sharon do is like, wow, she almost trying to compete, I dare say, with Calvin as far as candor and the nitty-gritty and real deal, and she's not scared to tackle any subject. I admire Sharon. Sharon, if you watch this, I admire you for that. I respect you for that. And dare say I love you for that. I mean, hey, you really going out there. I gotta respect what you've done with your channel. But this subject here, the Filipina euphoria, my subject is in response. I got to agree 100%. The Philippines and the Filipina euphoria has ended. As far as I'm concerned, it's ended. I still have confidence about being able to live, love, and win here. I'm still having very good, as I get out there among the people, I'm having good, very good experiences with some of the Filipinos here. And I definitely have no regrets about making the move here. But there are, and I want to tell you all, I'm still single. I don't have a girlfriend yet, and none of that is going on yet. I have some people out there maybe facetiously telling me, how come you ain't basically why you ain't screwing everything in sight? Now, they love dick and all this kind of stuff. Look, I'm gonna be me, I'm gonna be genuine, authentic with anybody that I deal with, especially a Filipino. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to be a deceptive or BS person. I'm going to be, Get Your Line going to be authentic. You may not like it, but I'm going to be honest. That's my goal, to be honest, authentic here dealing with anyone. And like I say, I still, I'm still got that hopeful and, positive attitude that things are going to pick up for me. I've only been here 3 months. I still got some things that I got to get together. I still got to get myself organized here. But as far as euphoria about being here, it's not really euphoria thing now. I realize that I have to get to work. It's things that's undone here that I have to take care of. Boots on the ground. I have been literally boots on the ground because I bought some boots and I wore those boots every day when I was into clothing for that month. Getting up every day, figuring out where you're going to eat, what you're going to do, where you're going to go, who you might try to talk to, what you might try to accomplish. Like I say, I'm in the process. Yeah, if you're going to be here and I'm retired, I got to figure out where I'm going to get an apartment or reside and all that stuff. That's real stuff. That's not lending necessarily part of a euphoria. That's the real world, adult stuff that you have to do. Euphoria, don't know. Yeah, I've had my knocks. Famously, yeah. I got knocked. I had a couple of people. I've had a couple of vlogs that I've been the subject of and participated in. Sharon did one on me, and I looked at it again, and I don't think she was really blasting me. Somebody said in the comments they thought she was gonna blast. I don't think she did. I think Sharon, if you're watching this, I think deep down, I mean, you are a lover. You are a natural lover, Sharon. But you have that thing about you, even I'm like this now, especially. Sometimes we talk about stuff, we are very blunt and very direct about it. And you see a little evidence of me kind of coming out of the closet a little bit on my Talk of the Devil series that I started doing lately. You starting to see a little bit of that come out on me. But yeah, Filipina euphoria is gone. What happened with me and P, me and Rebuty, what you may have seen or have not seen yet. I don't, everything has not played out as far as any other vloggers that I may meet. Now I know one thing, let me just say this too. As I was kind of sitting up here a little bit, feeling kind of pissed off a little bit, I was in Davao almost a month, and I got familiar with a vlogger down there named Dear Annie. Relatively new vlogger. She's got 3,000 subscribers already, which I'm not surprised about it. She's brown skinned, morena, beautiful looking, 34 years old. She's the right age. She's definitely 1,000% what most men that watch these Philippine vlogs are looking for. She is it. She's it. Now, while I was there in person in Davao, I was trying to reach out to her, you know, just, so we can collaborate or something, maybe do a personal interview. That didn't happen, even though I was there. I was there. I was in her city at least a couple of weeks, but it didn't happen. But A little bit, I kind of feel some kind of way as I was watching the video. I was looking at, like I said, believe me, when I look at her and I look at some of these vloggers now, I don't have euphoria now because I know, you know, a snowball's chance in hot hell that I'm going to get with them on a personal level. And then I'm not getting a whole lot of love, a whole lot of positive response with me trying to collaborate with people on even interview level. I got a call back. I'll do that. But there's a few of these vloggers here. Like I said, I've been in contact with in some degree with like most all these vloggers you see on the screen and a few other ones, you know. So anyway, I'm not ranting. This is not a talk of the devil series, but I was always got to get pissed off a little bit watching Dear Annie. But like I said, it ain't euphoria at all. I'm realistic. And I ain't, I don't like the people calling me my name and want to use the word stalker and weirdo and all this other kind of shit. I mean, I'm human too. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to be seen as that. And in a lot of these cases, just like another video I just did, release what no longer serves you. I'm not going to be chasing. I'm not going to be chasing these vloggers. Well, number one, I'm certainly not going to get hung up on them anymore. This one right here was the last one. I'm not going to get hung up. I'm not going to get emotionally involved, attached. I'm not chasing them. I'll put out the word. People, some of you said that you wanted to interview me. I'm here for you to do that. So one thing I will say about Sharon is the only one who followed through on her word that she wanted to interview me. And within my first week in Cebu, she made that happen. All kudos and all respect to Sharon Lapu Lapu for that. Some of the stuff that is been kind of weird in a way we really haven't we have not gotten together at all in a couple of months since then. She hasn't done any. I noticed that she hasn't done any live streams in a long time either. That's probably where I would actually catch her where I can get a response from her. But all due respect to you, Sharon, for that. You kept your word. And I love this woman here, my official model, the Bianco. She's featured on several of my music releases, and I have 6 songs coming out this month. And her picture, I believe, is on at least 3 or 4 of them. LaBianco, ONGCO. Like, share, and subscribe on her channel. She's genuine. She's for real. Appreciate her. All business now. Wasn't nobody trying to go with her. It was all business. And she came forth with the business, and we've been associates for 3 years. Shout out to LaBianco. Shout out to Sharon Lapu Lapu. Had to respond to your vlog, The Philippines and the Filipina Euphoria. And I understand it. And almost everything you said on that video pertained to me, to the T, to the letter. Yeah. So I had to respond to it. So this is my vlog. I'm putting this out right now. The Philippines Euphoria that I may have had is dead. It is gone. I'm realistic. you know. I don't expect to get into these vloggers, to get with any of them. Like another man said, honestly, my Filipino euphoria has been completely extinguished. But he's a little bit further along than I am. He said he lost interest in anything having to do with the Philippines. He ain't even interested in visiting no more. So almost, he says no longer visiting the Philippines is no longer a certainty, let alone going there for a woman. And he probably got disillusioned. Now, I noticed Sharon actually put a like on his comment, but she did not put a like on mine. She conveniently skipped over mine. See, like I like I said, it's something, I let you know publicly. I really would like to have a conversation with Sharon Lapu Lapu on a couple things in private. Yeah, I just noticed she didn't like my comment, but she put one on those. But anyway, this is my response to that. Thank you for doing it again. I recognize this. I had to respond to it. So I'm gonna get out of here. I'm not a drinker, but I mean, if I was an alcohol drinker, I'd go get me some alcohol right now and drink. That's the way I feel. So anyway, get your line journey. Yep. I'm trying to, somebody said maybe I'm having a breakdown on the air. No, I'm not quite. I have done that before, but not quite here. Get your line journey tomorrow, or should I say 2 days from now. I'm releasing my live karaoke show that I did in Davao City honoring my 500 subscriber milestone. Check it out on my channel. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. It's scheduled for 7:30. It was scheduled for 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time in America, which is 9:30 a.m. here in the Philippines. I performed for an hour. I did nothing but my original tunes. Appreciative of the 500 subscribers. I should easily have 1,000 by the end of the year. So by the time I get ready to do my New Year's Eve concert, I have 1,000 subscribers. But thank you again, these Filipino vloggers. I'm not chasing you. I'm not going to chase you. Neither do I have unrealistic expectations that we're going to have a relationship. Okay. And in some cases, I'm kind of withdrawing from even watching or dealing with some of y'all. So there's a couple of people on the screen that have already kind of I've reached that point with them already. Check you later. No, this is not talk of the devil, but I'm that spirit is. I'm thinking about it.